The crazy thing is a lot of POS software providers, sometimes they want to confuse you by talking about a lot of features you need to have. But in reality, for your retail POS, for your retail store, your POS doesn't need to have all the 1,000 features that POS software providers want to sell to you. So in today's conversation, I want to talk to you about the considerations you need to have before actually choosing a retail POS tool. Okay, so here is an overview I really want you to pay attention to. So when we talk about features for a retail POS system, you have the primary features, you have the secondary features, you have the tertiary features. So you have a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So tier 1 are the must have. Tier 2 are the nice to have. And the tier 3 are really, you don't really have to, they're optional. Like they're even lower than nice to have. The thing is, a lot of software providers, the POS software providers, they want to sell you everything because that's how they make money anyway. So you need to have built-in payment processing. This is really important. So payment processing agreements with third-party providers can be difficult to navigate. So fees are often unclear and can vary depending on the credit card type. Contracts often lock you in for several years, and it can take a long time to receive payouts. So all that ambiguity makes managing cash flow more challenging than it has to be. So if you have a POS system that has integrated payment processing, things are more straightforward. You also need to think about customizable checkout. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here as we engage in this kind of conversations. It's always good to have company. When I'm talking about customizable checkout, you need to understand that every store is different. Every store is unique. So your store's needs are different from your competitors. So it's really important to make sure you have this sort of a customizability. You also need to think about omni-channel selling. Okay, so many customers, as we know from our research in the last 20 years, use more than one channel to shop. So as a result, they want you to actually adapt to their sales habits. Okay, you need to have a mix of in-store and online touchpoints when it comes to selling. This is really important. So the first three features that you need to have, those are not nice to have or optional or whatever. No, they are must have. You want to have built-in payment processing, customizable checkouts, and omni-channel selling. You also need to have mobile POS hardware. This is so important. I mean, in today's world, you cannot do anything. Even if you were doing something online, you gotta have mobility. You gotta have a mobile presence. Okay, mobile POS systems are increasingly popular because they give your staff, that is, the freedom to move with customers and serve them wherever they are. Okay, so it's really important to have something like that, and the hardware you need depends on your store setup. That said, chances are you will need a card reader, a cash register, a receipt printer, and barcode scanner. You may also need a tablet or a smartphone to run your POS hardware. Okay. You also need to think about smart inventory management. This is so important because, see, the thing is, if you run a retail store, or even if you run an online store for that matter, inventory control is critical. So, but when you sell online and in physical store, this can be challenging to actually look at to manage inventory on both touch points, because you need to ensure stock quantities are accurate as items are received, sold, returned, or exchanged. So the best POS system connects with your e-commerce platform and ensures that stock quantities shoppers see online and stock staff see in the POS system reflect what you actually have in stock. Okay, so you want to have this sort of a seamless experience so that your POS system can connect seamlessly with your online store, online store's database, so you can really see whether or not inventory levels are automatically updated, because they should when products are sold. Let's say when the products are returned, for example, or the products are exchanged in store or online. So all those I would say processes need to actually be reflected in the inventory levels. Okay, returns, sales, or exchanges. Okay, and it's really important to understand that you really want to manage everything from one platform. Centrality is important. You don't want to have like a zillions of data to look at. By the way, I want to remind you of today's conversation. The topic, we're talking about retail point of sale tool considerations you must have. And so you also need to have unified reporting and analytics. Very important to actually be able to see exactly how much money you're making, how much expenses you have, and this has to be in real time. You also need to pay attention to product and SKU management. This is so important because, see, some POS systems limit the number of products and stock keeping units, SKUs, you can have under your plan. So this is actually their way of forcing you to upgrade to a pricier plan once your product catalog grows above a certain size. Okay, so you really want to be to have to look out for that. And so if you want to go with a POS system that lets you add an unlimited amount of products or variants to your POS, and it help you organize your product catalog. Okay, so it's important. So you can actually add an unlimited amount of products and variants to your POS. You can categorize products by type, season, promotions, and more. You can use smart collections to automatically sort products based on vendor, price, and inventory quantities. You can add multiple product variants like size, color, or materials. You can assign each product its own price, SKU, and weight. You can track inventory status as products are received or transferred between stores. Okay, and you can allocate inventory to various online sales channels, warehouses, retail stores, or whatever your store stock. Okay, so this is really important to actually have a clear understanding of that. You also want to look for a POS store that helps you with staff management. So at a minimum, your POS system should have scheduling and bookkeeping capabilities. It should also have reports that show you each store associate's performance, his or her daily sales, average units per transaction, and average transaction value. Okay, as your retail business grows, you will likely need to hire more staff. So you want a POS provider that actually can incorporate this in your agreement from the get-go. Now to start charging you when you start making more money. Okay. Also, think about customer management. So whenever a customer buys something from your brand, there is a paper trail. So your POS system records what they bought, what the customer bought, where and when they bought it, the total value of that transaction, and more. But you also want a POS system to record who bought it, not just what was bought, but who bought it. So you want to ensure your POS system lets you create customer profiles that unify a customer contact information and purchase history for what they bought from you or what they buy, both online and in store. See, we're talking about here synchronicity, okay? And so this will help you. Having that synchronicity will help you fuel your email marketing as well as loyalty programs, okay? Both of which help increase retention, repeat purchases, and customer lifetime value. This is what you really need to have anyway, right? At some point, you need to have lifetime customers. Now, let me quickly share with you the approach you need to find. Okay, what is the main consideration you need to really have here? So how do you choose the best retail POS system here? First of all, you want to actually list your business activities, okay? You want to list important business activities and the things you need your POS system to do. So if you are using another POS system and are thinking about switching, list your challenges and what POS features can actually help you solve them. Also, think about where you want your business to be in the next 5 to 10 years. What tools do you need to support that growth? Scalability is really important, okay? Thinking about this now will ensure you choose a POS system that grows with your business as it needs evolve, okay? Now, let me quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about retail POS tool considerations you must have. So there are a lot of questions you can have to actually have a clear idea of what the kind of stuff you need, okay? So think about how you manage inventory. How do you keep track of sales and inform the decisions you make? Do you want to manage your online store and retail stores from the same place? What payment options do you want your customers to have? Do you want to customize your checkouts? Do you want integrated payments processing? How do you collect information, customer information for online and in-store purchases? Do you need a loyalty program that works both online and in-store? Do you want your POS system to sit on the counter or be mobile? Okay. Do you want to order fulfillment options like curbside pickup? How do you want to track employee schedules and performance? Those are key important elements, okay? You also need to consider the data you need, okay? What kind of data do you want that POS to provide to you? Because data helps you make educated decisions, take advantage of opportunities, and avoid costly mistakes. Similar to your business activities and aspirations, it's really important to list the data you need in order to run your business, okay? What data do you need to know at the end of the day, at the end of the month, or at the end of the year? What data do you wish to have had? Okay, so you want to pinpoint which retail metrics are important and ensure that your POS systems reports provide you with that information. Okay, so think beyond what you need to run day-to-day operations and consider the data you need to actually grow the business, like customers online and in-store purchase history, or which items rather accounts for the larger and smallest percentage of revenue. So this is really important to have that granularity here. You really need to know which payment types you want to accept. Again, I'm just explaining to you how you want to choose the best retail POS system. So number one, you want to list your business activities. Number two, you want to consider the data you need. Number three, you want to know which payment types you want to accept. Okay. So when we talk about payment types, you need to think about what kind of, this can be a cash, debit, and credit cards. It can be mobile wallet usage. It could be a lot of things. Okay. Especially think about it. You know, like when we had about 2 or 3 years ago, when we had the COVID-19 thing, people were stuck at home. So at that point, you wouldn't be able to take cash because you couldn't see anybody anyway. So you got to ask yourself, what payment types does your business currently accept? What payment types do you wish your business accepted? How would you like financing and buy now, pay later payment options? Okay, do you want to add the BNPL options? Okay, are there certain credit cards that are more common payment methods than others? Also, you need to figure out what POS hardware you need because you're gonna need hardware also. Okay, so this is really important that you think about it now. So once you know what payment types you will accept, you can start thinking about the POS hardware you need. While most POS software providers will be happy to guide you through your hardware options, we recommend having a general idea of what you need beforehand. So here are the questions you need to ask. What POS hardware do you already use and enjoy? What POS hardware do you wish you had? What types of payment hardware do you need? Do you want to buy hardware or would you prefer renting? And do you want a stationary checkout counter or do you prefer a mobile checkout using tablets or smartphones? So those are really things that only you can actually answer based on the particulars of your store. Okay, it depends also in the neighborhood where your in-store, where your brick and mortar store is at. You know, several neighborhoods have different security considerations, for example, and depending on the staff that you have, also on the configuration also of the store itself. So this is a decision you're going to have to make based on those equations, based on those factors. And one thing you need to also understand here is that you have to think about the payment types that you are okay with not supporting. Okay, and you also need to think about how you will fulfill cash payments. Do you want to accept tap to pay and chip payments? And are there certain credit cards that are more common payment methods than others? So this is important. And what are your payment processing fees for those credit cards? So I just quickly went back to the last section, which is the payment types that you want to accept, because there is a strong correlation between the payment types you accept and the hardware that you need to have in store. One thing you also need to do here is to compare different POS systems. Okay, it's really important to have a clear idea of which one do you need, and you need to actually start shopping for a POS provider. So what you want to do is you want to research review sites, talk to other merchants, and see which POS systems businesses you admire use. Also, what I want to say here is that this is the opportunity for you to explore each POS provider's website and learn more about what they have to offer. Okay, so when I talk about POS systems provider, you have Shopify POS, you have Clover, you have Lightspeed, you have Square POS, you have Van POS, you have Magento, you have QuickBooks. So you do have a constellation of players in this field, and you have to actually be comfortable with which one you want to go after. Okay. So once you have narrowed down your list of options and want to see how the POS system works, start with a free trial to get a hands-on sense when it comes to whether their features meets your needs, for example. Okay. Free trials let you explore its features and how easy it is to use before making any financial commitment. This is really what you want to go after. You want to go after a POS provider that actually you want to actually choose a POS software that allows you to have a free trial before. Okay. So here are a few questions that I want you to ask during that period. So you want to ask the provider, what features do each POS provider have? To POS system pricing fit into your budget? Can the POS system support your business today and in the future? Scalability is really important. Okay. Will the POS system help grow your business? What are the benefits of using one POS over another? What are the POS system's weaknesses? Does the POS system have any missing features or functionalities? And does the POS system feel intuitive and easy to use? Okay. So those are really important. And also you want to think about your, it's really important to think about the payment integration. And what about payment processing? Do they have low transaction fees? Okay. Does the POS system have a reliable integration with your e-commerce platform if you sell online? Okay. And also, what about automatic inventory syncing? Those are important elements. Okay. And you also need to think about the setup of the whole process, though, because see, everything should be easy to set up from the get-go. You don't have to actually struggle to actually get those things done from the get-go. So it's really important to actually have a seamless strategy here. Very important. Here is a winner for you. So the question is, what is the best POS system for retail? Well, it really depends. We actually are working on a ranking video that will come out very soon. Well, we'll actually just explain everything to everybody, and I will tell you, we'll actually rank from 1 to 10, the best, I mean, from 10 to 1 rather, the best POS systems. But it's also important to understand that some POS systems are better for small businesses, while others are focused on larger enterprise customers. Okay, but if you want to have, and you should have a retail POS system, you want to have a system that can support your business growth no matter how big you get. Okay, so this is important. So what you want to do here is that you want to actually pay attention to a few things. Okay, you want to pay attention to a POS system that allows you to start, market, manage, and grow your business everywhere your customers are from the same powerful platform. Centrality is important. Okay, a single dashboard whereby you can control everything, so you don't have to actually navigate, like change browsers, change from one system to another, and you have to open several browsers. You have to open 6 or 7 or 8 browsers at the same time to be able to do things. You definitely don't want that. Okay, you want to actually make sure that you have all the tools you need in terms of retail POS. You also need to think about all the capabilities, not just in terms of the tool you are about to get, but also the training that will come after it. Okay, always pay attention to, always make sure that you get buy-in from your staff before you even start anything. Okay, it'll be really sad that you actually start everything and your staff is not actually following suit. So talk to your staff, talk to anybody who will be involved in using the POS, so that you are sure that the POS tool is in literally good hands. Okay, and this is going to help you. It's going to facilitate adoption. It's also going to help. Transform the POS tool into something extraordinarily efficient. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about a few retail POS tool considerations you must have. We had the overview. I spoke to you about the approach, and I gave you the winner strategy you need to follow right now. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.